Yes, so the last topic which we are going to discuss in system of linear equation, and it is inverse of a matrix. Right, this is a very important concept of linear algebra, and it is very much useful even in data science and machine learning also. But even in cryptography also, inverse of matrix is very essential, because when you are encoding any message with the help of matrix, then what will happen? To encode a message, you will use a certain matrix, and the receiver who is receiving that message, he or she should have inverse of that matrix available with him, and with the help of that inverse they can decode that message. So for that encoding and decoding purpose, we can also use matrix and its inverse. So inverse of matrix is very useful concept of linear algebra, and there are various methods available to find inverse of a matrix. Right? I think few methods you already have studied. One of the method was there in 12th science, I guess, जहाँ तक मुझे पता है, and the other method was in first or second semester when you studied your linear algebra. So we'll recall those two methods. So before I start discussion, can anyone tell me what do you understand by a inverse of matrix? I mean definition. If you want to define inverse of matrix, तो आप लोग मुझे क्या बताओगे definition में? Anyone? कोई try करेगा? See, your answer can be wrong. That's fine. I'll correct it, but just try it.
सर इनवर्स ऑफ अ मैट्रिक्स वी कैन से दैट जो मैट्रिक्स में होगा उसके अलावा का
मतलब समझा नहीं आज फिर से.
सर पता है सेट में होता है कि कोई सेट है तो उसमें एक उसके अंदर छोटा सा सेट है तो उसका इन्वर्स करेंगे तो जो उस सेट के अंदर जितनी वैल्यू होगी उसके अलावा की जो वैल्यू होगी वो उसके इन्वर्स में आएगी.
Okay, no, but that concept is called complement. Right? That concept is from set theory, and we call it complement. Complement is different than inverse.
Okay, sorry.
No, that's fine. You tried. That's good. I think बाकी लोगों ने तो ट्राई भी नहीं किया, तुमने ट्राई किया. I appreciate that. What about others? I think you already have studied this thing, so you should know something about this. कुछ तो पता होगा ना? Try it.
Sir, reciprocal of a matrix.
Reciprocal. Okay. So reciprocal, that means if I have a number 2, then my reciprocal is 1 divided by 2, right? Or I can also write it 2 power minus 1. So you are saying that if I have a matrix A, then it is 1 upon A. Is it so?
Sir, I upon A, identity matrix upon A.
Identity
Sir,
matrix
क्योंकि
upon
A into
A.
A inverse करेंगे तो identity matrix बनेगी इसलिए.
Okay. Well, technically they look similar, but actually it is not reciprocal of any matrix. But definition wise, let me explain. Let's say if I have two numbers, 2 and 1 upon 2, right? Now if I multiply these two numbers, what will be my answer?
1.
Yes, 1. Correct. Right? So if I multiply a number with its inverse or reciprocal, number के लिए हम लोग reciprocal भी बोलते हैं, but in general we call it inverse. So if I multiply 2 with its inverse, then my answer is what? 1. Similarly, if I multiply 5 with its inverse, again my answer is 1. So in general, if I multiply A with its inverse, then my answer is 1. Now answer is 1. 1 is what? 1 is the unit number or unit value for multiplication, right? It is the unit value. Now what is unit value in our matrices? In our matrices, unit value is represented by identity matrix, right? Identity matrix is our unit matrix. So if we have matrix A, and let's say if we have one more matrix B, then after taking their matrix multiplication, see, this is not ordinary multiplication. This is matrix multiplication. So if I get A into B is equal to I means identity matrix, then A and B, they are called inverse of each other. A is inverse of B and B is inverse of A. And we represent inverse of any matrix by this notation, A power minus 1. Right? So this is your A inverse. So definition wise, if you want to say what is inverse of matrix, then you need to say if A is non-singular matrix, then if we can find another matrix B such that A into B, or if we take B into A, then this matrix multiplication should give you identity matrix I. Then A and B, they are called inverse of each other. Right? So this is the definition of inverse matrix. Now, it is not exactly the reciprocal because this is matrix. Matrix is actually arrangement of numbers. It is not a single number. Agar single number hota to we can say reciprocal, but matrix is very different thing. So we'll not use the word reciprocal here because here A inverse is not actually 1 upon A. It's very different than that. So this way we can define inverse of a matrix. Right, so your definition will go like this. Let me write it here. If capital A is a non-singular matrix, then a matrix B is called inverse of A if A into B or B into A is equal to I. I stands for identity matrix, and inverse of A is also denoted by this notation A power minus 1, or we also call it A inverse. Right? This is the definition of inverse of matrix. And if you recall your 12th science, there was one formula for calculating inverse of any matrix, and that formula is this: A inverse is equal to 1 upon determinant of A into adjoint of A. Right? This is called adjoint of A. Right? This is the formula for calculating inverse of any matrix capital A. Now, by observing this formula, can we give any observation here? ये formula को देखकर कुछ पता चलता है? Anything about A? A के बारे में कुछ बोल सकते हैं by observing this formula? वैसे जो चीज ऑब्जर्व करनी है वो ऑलरेडी डेफिनेशन में आ चुकी है एक बार, बट फिर भी प्लीज ट्राई. Is there anything we can observe about matrix A from this formula?
सर जीरो नहीं हो सकता.
Correct.
उसका determinant.
Yes, here we are taking 1 upon determinant of A. So if by chance your determinant of A gets 0, then we'll get 1 upon 0 here, and we cannot divide any number by 0. That means your determinant value has to be non-zero. And if your determinant is non-zero, then such matrix A is called non-singular. Right? This definition was there in your 12th. If the determinant is 0, then we call it singular matrix. And if your determinant is non-zero, then we call it non-singular matrix. That's why in definition, we are using this word. If capital A is a non-singular matrix, then it's possible to find inverse of that matrix. If it is singular, then we cannot find its inverse. So inverse मिलने के लिए जरूरी है that your matrix has to be non-singular. Now, this is very well-known formula for finding inverse of matrix. Even this formula was there in your 12th science. So let's try to recall this. Can anyone tell me how to calculate adjoint of any matrix? How we can calculate adjoint? Any idea from your 12th how to calculate adjoint of A? Because if you want to get inverse from this formula, you should know what is adjoint of A. Or let's do one thing. Let's try to understand this thing by example. Let me give you one matrix A. Let's say matrix A equal to 2, 3, 1, 1, 2, 3, and 3, 1, 2. Right? Now we want to find inverse of this matrix with the help of the well-known formula of A inverse. Now to use this formula, we should have knowledge about two things. First one, determinant of A, and second, adjoint of A. If your determinant is 0, then your matrix is singular. We cannot do anything. Inverse is not possible. But if your determinant is non-zero, yeah, then we can move on. We can use this formula and we can get our inverse. So first we need to check what is determinant of this matrix. Now I hope all of you know this thing, how to calculate determinant. Right? अगर सबको पता है, then please calculate and tell me what is the value. Is it zero value? Is it non-zero? If it is non-zero, then what is the value? Take pen
14.
and paper and do it. Yeah. किसने बोला ये value? Who's this?
Sir Girish.
Yes, Girish. क्या value मिला?
14.
Okay. So Girish says it is 14. What about others? Others are also getting same value. Let's verify. Others, they are requested to try. Let's not give all the burden to Girish. अगर गलत हो गया तो सब गिरीश पे आएगा.
मेघना बोल, प्रांजुल बोल, भारती, मानसी.
Yeah, Vipul
Sir,
sir is
14
asking.
ही है, 14.
14, right? Everybody is getting 14. Hello.
Yes,
sir,
sir.
14.
Okay. So since everybody is getting 14, that means the matrix is non-singular and it is possible to find inverse of this matrix. Now, since it is possible to find, let's do it. First, we need to find adjoint of this matrix A. Now, how we can find adjoint of this matrix?
Sir, sign
Sir,
will be row
cofactor
number
matrix.
plus column.
Yes.
Sir cofactor निकाल के transpose
Cofactor
कर दो.
and then adjoint of cofactor matrix.
Yes, we need to find cofactor matrix and we need to take transpose of this cofactor matrix. Transpose of cofactor matrix is actually your adjoint of A. So now the next question comes, what is cofactor matrix? So cofactor matrix is given by cofactors of each and every element. Now how we can calculate cofactor? Let's
Sir,
say
sign.
let's say your first number is 2. So for any element aij, the cofactor is given by -1 power I plus j into minor of aij. So you need to multiply the minor with -1 power I plus j. I and j, they are the location of your element. I represents the number of row and j represents the number of column. So cofactor of aij is given by this formula. Now let me start with first number 2. Now what is the location of this number 2? ये number 2 किस location पे है?
1, 1.
1,
Correct.
1.
1
1,
1
1, right?
positive हो जाएगा.
Yeah, that means I value will be 1, j value will be 1. So cofactor will be cofactor of 2 is equal to, it will be -1 power 1 plus 1, and now you need to calculate the minor. How we can calculate the minor? Your 2 element belongs to first row and first column. So hide your first row and first column, don't consider this one. So after cancelling first row and first column, what is left now? We have 4 elements, 2, 3 and 1, 2. So that 2 by 2 determinant, 2, 3, 1, 2 is called minor of this element 2. So minus 1 power 1 plus 1, that will be minus 1 square, so it is plus 1. And if we simplify this one by cross multiplication, so it will be 2 into 2, 4, minus 1 into 3, so it is 3. So 4 minus 3 is 1. So cofactor of first element 2 is this one, 1. Now by the same process, can anyone tell me what is the cofactor of next element 3?
7.
7. Okay, good. Someone has already calculated. So location is what? It is second column and first row. So it is A12. A12 equal to 3. So we need to write here minus 1 power 1 plus 2. So that would be
minus
minus.
7.
Let's see whether it is minus 7 or plus 7. So it should be minus 1 here. And if we write the cofactor, if we write the minor of these 3, then that would be first row and second column. उसको अगर cancel करें तो ये हो जाएगा 1 3 and 3 2. 1 3 and 3 2. So if we simplify this, then it will be 1 into 2, that is 2, minus 9. Now 2 minus 9 is minus 7. Minus 7 into minus 1. So minus minus will be plus. So it will be plus 7, not minus. It will be plus 7. Right. So I hope after these two elements, the process is almost clear to everyone. So for rest of the elements, please tell me what are your cofactors. One by one, every student has to try. अलग-अलग student को मुझे बताना है cofactor. So for the third one, इस one के लिए कौन बताएगा? What is the cofactor of this element?
Minus.
minus 5.
Yes, I think it is correct. It is minus 5. Now for the next element, this one, second row and first column,
minus 5.
minus 5. Now for this diagonal entry 2,
0.
0. 0, really? I have doubt in this.
Sir,
What about others?
1 1, sir. Sorry.
1.
Yeah, one. Yeah, that looks correct. Yeah, what about next one?
7.
7. Then for the remaining 3, for this one,
7 minus 5 1.
okay, तीनों बता दिए, 7, minus 5 and 1, right? So this matrix is your, sorry. Yeah, this looks correct, but this is your cofactor matrix and we need to take its transpose in order to get adjoint of A. So if we perform the transpose operation here, let's see what we get. So adjoint of A is equal to, now what do we mean by transpose? What is
Sir,
transpose
rows
of a
को column
matrix?
में convert कर दो और column
Yes,
को
we
rows
need
में.
to interchange rows and columns. Your columns will be rows and rows will be columns. So my first row 1 7 minus 5 will be my first column, 1 7 minus 5. Second row will be my second column, minus 5 1 7. And third row is 7 minus 5 and 1. Right? Now finally this is my adjoint of A. But still this is not your inverse. In order to get inverse, you need to take 1 upon determinant of A into adjoint of A. Now what is our determinant value? Determinant value is 14. So it is 1 upon 14 and your adjoint of A is 1, minus 5, 7, 7, 1, minus 5, minus 5, 7 and 1. Right? This matrix is your inverse. Right? So this way we can calculate inverse of any non-singular matrix by the adjoint of A. Now, do you think this method is very useful if your matrix size is very big? Like, I mean, for 5 by 5 or 6 by 6 or 10 by 10, do you think this method would be feasible to use?
No, sir.
Right? Because for 3 by
Complex
3,
that.
we have to calculate 9 cofactors. Then we need to take its transpose. And then after we are getting our inverse. So if your matrix size are big, like 4 by 4 6 by 6, 8 by 8, 10 by 10, then this method practically it's tough to implement. So what we can do in this case, if your matrices are having bigger size, in that case we can go with Gauss-Jordan method. Yes, you heard me right, Gauss-Jordan method. We have already studied Gauss-Jordan method for solving system of linear equation. The same method we can also apply to find inverse of matrix. Now how that thing can be done, let's try to understand. Now let me move to PPT. I think मुझे आपको सिर्फ यही एक याद दिलवाना था from 12th science. Now let's move to Gauss-Jordan method. Yeah, is my screen visible again?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Thank you for the response. Right, so this is the definition which we discussed. If A is any n by n square matrix, then if we can find a matrix B such that A into B is equal to B into A equal to identity matrix, then B is called inverse of A, and it is denoted by A power -1. So this is the definition for inverse matrix. Then we can also find inverse of any matrix with the help of Gauss-Jordan method. And how we can apply Gauss-Jordan method? We need to take A equal to IA, right? जैसे हम लोग Gauss-Jordan में जब system of linear equation हमने solve किया था, we were taking augmented matrix. So here your augmented matrix will be of this form, and for this left hand side matrix we'll apply the row operations, and the same operation will apply to this I also. I stands for identity matrix, and once we'll convert our A into identity matrix, your right hand side matrix will convert into inverse of that matrix. तो लेफ्ट हैंड साइड मैट्रिक्स को जैसे जैसे हम लोग आइडेंटिटी में कन्वर्ट करते जाएंगे, योर राइट हैंड साइड मैट्रिक्स विल convert to your A inverse. Now how that process can be done, let's see. Let me give you an example of this. Let's say this is my matrix A equal to 2 3 4 4 3 1 and 1 2 4. Now before we apply Gauss-Jordan method to this, first we need to make sure that your matrix is invertible. Invertible means it has to be non-singular. So can anyone tell me what is determinant of this matrix? First we need to confirm that the matrix inverse is possible for this. So please calculate its determinant and tell me what is the value. Use pen and paper and do it and provide me the value.
Positive of 5, plus 5.
Plus 5. Okay. So since you got plus 5, that means the matrix is non-singular and it is possible to find inverse of this matrix. But now the inverse we are going to calculate with the help of Gauss-Jordan. So in Gauss-Jordan, we will consider this kind of structure. A is equal to I3. I3 means it is identity matrix of order 3 and A. Now I3 is 1 0 0 0 1 0 and 0 0 1. If your matrix order is 2 by 2, then we'll take I2 here. If your matrix order is 4 by 4, then we'll consider I4 here. So in left hand side you write your original matrix A, on right hand side you write your identity matrix I. This A will keep as it is. Now whatever row operations we are going to perform on your left hand side, the same row operations will perform here on right hand side on your identity matrix. तो उससे क्या होगा, this matrix will gradually convert into identity matrix. ये I में convert हो जाएगा and this matrix will convert to A inverse. Right? So ultimately we need to perform row operations here. and we need to find identity matrix. Identity matrix means reduced row echelon form. So here our goal is to find reduced row echelon form. So what is reduced row echelon form? Reduced row echelon form is this 1 0 0 0 1 0 0 0 1. This is our goal. ये हमको find करना है. So first we need to get this leading entry to be 1. So can anyone tell me which operation I should choose to convert this entry into 1?
R1 minus R3.
Sir, R1 divided by 2.
R1 minus.
Okay, I think both the options are fine. We can take R1 minus R3 because 2 minus 1 will be 1. Or the other better option is we can interchange
divide by-
first and third row. See, divide में ये होगा, you will get 3 by 2. 3 by 2 is 1.5. जहां तक हो सके, try to avoid fractions. So your calculation part will be easy. So there are two better options available. Either you interchange first and second row, or you take R1 minus R3 because R1 has the value 2 here, R3 has 1 here. So R1 minus R3 will give you 1. So both the options are feasible. Both are good option. But let's go with R1 interchange. R1 interchange R3. So let's interchange R1 and R3. So after interchanging, this is the next equivalent matrix 1 2 4 4 3 1, and now 2 3 4 is your last row, and the same operation you need to perform on your identity matrix also. So ये पहला जो row था 1 0 0, now that is your last row 1 0 0, and this 0 0 1 will become your first row. So that's our first operation. Now after that, these two entries, next two entries 4 and 2, we need to convert into 0. ये दोनों को हमें 0 बनाना है. So what do you think? Which row operation we should choose?
R2 minus 4 R1.
And
R3 minus 2 R1.
correct. We need to take R2 minus 4 times R1 and R3 minus 2 times R1. So by applying these two row operations, it will be 1 0 0, and same operation we need to perform on right hand side also. And because of that, we are getting 0 1 minus 4 here and 1 0 minus 2 here. So this is our step 2. By taking R2 minus 4 R1 and R3 minus 2 R1, we are getting first column 1 0 0. Now next step, we need this entry to be 1. ये entry को हमें 1 बनाना है. What should we do?
So we can interchange second and third.
Well, we can interchange second and third, then we can multiply it with minus 1. That's also possible. Another thing, we can divide this by minus 5. Because 15 is also divisible by 5. So that option is also possible. So let's divide it by minus 5. अगर दूसरा वाला ऑप्शन लेके भी करोगे, your answer will be same. Answer will not change. So by dividing second row with minus 5, we are getting 1 2 4 0 1 3 0 minus 1 minus 4, and this is your right hand side matrix. We got minus 1 upon 5 and 4 upon 5 because we divided by minus 5. Now after getting this leading entry to be 1, next we need to make this entry 0. What we can do?
R3
R2 plus
R2.
R3.
Correct. We can take R3 plus R2. So by taking R3 plus R2, now this entry will be 0. And because of that operation, these two elements will change. Here we'll get minus 1 upon 5 and minus 6 upon 5. Right. Now next, this entry is minus 1. How we can convert this entry into plus 1?
Multiply by minus 1.
Yeah,
Multiply by
multiply by minus 1. Very simple. If we multiply third row with minus 1, it will be 0 0 1, and your last row on right hand side will be minus 1 plus 1 upon 5 and 6 upon 5. Now is it reduced row echelon form? क्या ये reduced row echelon form में है?
No, sir.
No, sir.
Yeah, it is only in row
Yes, sir.
echelon form. It is
Row
not in
echelon.
reduced row echelon form. So still we need to take more operations. We need to convert these three entries into 0. This element should be 0. This element should be 0, and this element should be 0. So can anyone tell me which operations we should take to make them 0?
R1 minus twice of R2 or
Correct.
R2 minus thrice of R3.
Okay, let's see. First, let's take R2 minus 3 times R3 and R1 minus 4 times R3. Let's convert these two entries to 0, 4 and 3. Then we'll discuss about 2. So by taking these two operations, now these two elements will be 0, and because of that we are getting 19 by 5 and minus 14 by 5 here. And finally now only one element left, this one, for which we need 0 here. So let's take r1 minus 2 times r2, and after taking that operation we are getting 1 0 0 0 1 0 and 0 0 1. And finally because of that we got this matrix, and this matrix is your A inverse. So your A inverse is given by this: minus 2 4 upon 5 9 upon 5 3, minus 4 upon 5 minus 14 upon 5, minus 1 1 upon 5 and 6 upon 5. So as we can see, majority of the element they are having 1 upon 5. So we can also take 1 upon 5 common. So in our first column we don't have 1 upon 5, that's why we will multiply it with 5. So we have minus 10 15 and minus 5, and the rest of the entries will be 4 9 minus 4 minus 14 1 and 6, right? So finally this is your A inverse with the help of Gauss Jordan. So since you know very well about the row operations, you also know about the method Gauss Jordan, right? So कुछ ज्यादा इसमें नया नहीं है, just you need to perform row operations, convert your left hand side matrix into identity, then by default your right hand side matrix will convert into A inverse. Now why this method is better than the previous one? Because the previous method was applicable to 2 by 2 3 by 3 matrix, उसके लिए बहुत अच्छे से काम करेगी, but for larger matrices that method is not feasible. Now this method Gauss Jordan, it is applicable for matrix with any order, and also this method is very good for programming purpose, right? If you want to make computer program for this method, it's very easy compared to the previous method. So because of these two reasons, this method is more suitable if you want to calculate inverse of any matrix, because you can make computer program very easily with this method, and also it is suitable for larger matrices. Once you create computer program for this, it will calculate matrix for 10 by 10 also, 100 by 100 also. That's why this method we should choose when we want to find inverse of any matrix. So I think we'll take only one example, because row operation कैसे करने हैं वो आपको already पता है. So we'll not waste more time on this. Right? एक example आप लोगों को मुझे करके दिखाना है, then we'll finish this topic. Right? I think inverse में there is not much thing to discuss, but there are few properties which can be helpful. Let me give you those properties. Right? So if A is any non-singular matrix, then A inverse is given by this formula. A inverse is equal to 1 upon determinant of A into adjoint of A. We know about this formula. Second, every invertible matrix possesses a unique inverse. Unique inverse means for any matrix A, there will be only one inverse. ऐसा नहीं है कि A के लिए एक से ज़्यादा inverse मिलेंगे. There will be only one and only one inverse for any non-singular matrix A. Then the necessary and sufficient matrix to have inverse is the determinant of A should be non-zero. That means your matrix A should be non-singular. And last, if you find inverse of A into B, then that A into B inverse is equal to B inverse into A inverse. इसमें ऐसा नहीं है कि you can give inverse separately to each matrix, A inverse into B inverse. And understand this thing, A inverse into B inverse is not equal to B inverse into A inverse, because in matrix multiplication order matters. In matrix multiplication, A into B is not always equal to B into A. Right? This is the thing which you need to care when you are taking matrix multiplication. So this property states that A into B inverse is actually B inverse into A inverse. So you cannot give inverse separately like this. Right? It is not possible. You need to take B inverse first and then A inverse. So when you apply inverse separately to A and B, then their order will change. B will come first and A will go second. So this is property related to inverse and matrix multiplication. So these are few properties which we need to remember when we have matrix inverse. So these are few things which I wanted to discuss regarding inverse of matrix. Even this Gauss-Jordan method you have studied in your first or second semester in linear algebra, but I think still we wanted to recall that. So we did it. Now there are few examples here for practice. Now I want you to try at least one example from this. Everybody will try with pen and paper. And after that, you need to share your screen and you need to show me your row operations. I need to see how well you are performing row operations. And I will ask anyone to share their screen. So all of you are requested to take a pen and paper, choose any of the example and try it. I'm giving you some time to complete the example. Please do it. I think for a 3 by 3 matrix, 5 to 10 minutes would be sufficient to get an inverse.
सर एक बार मैट्रिक्स वाला पेज खोलना.
You got your inverse?
No sir, I'm just rechecking it.
Okay, you are rechecking. Yes, is it done? Has anyone got inverse?
सर आंसर वाली स्क्रीन दिखाओ ना एक बार.
Okay. Yeah, have a look.
Yes sir.
Okay, so can you share your screen and show us how you did it?
Sir 2 minutes.
Yeah. Yes, if it is done, then please share your screen so we can see.
Hello, sir.
Yes.
So can you
Bhavdeep?
please show that solution?
Yeah, Bhavdeep. Sure. Let me present my screen again. Is it correct, Bhavdeep?
Yes, sir. Correct.
Okay. Then is it possible for you to share your screen and show us your
Uh,
solution?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, then please go on. Let me stop my presentation.
Sir, 1 minute. I'm taking the screenshot.
Okay, meanwhile, the time is also running out. So while Bhavdeep is sharing his solution, others are requested to post their enrollment numbers for attendance for the given range. मैं जिस रेंज के लिए बोला उस रेंज के लिए आप लोग अपने नंबर्स पोस्ट करेंगे इन दी चैट बॉक्स. So first, enrollment number 1 to 10, please leave a message in chat box for attendance. Enrollment number 1 to 10. One to 10, please do it. Okay, now 11 to 20. 11 to 20. 21 to 30. 21 to 30. 31 to 40. 31 to 40. Okay, next 41 to 50. 51 to 60. Then next 61 to 70. Okay, then 71 onwards. 71 onwards. 71 to 80. And now all the D2D students are requested to post their numbers. All the D2D students, please leave a message in the chat box. Okay, Bhavdeep, is your screenshot done?
Yes, sir.
Can you share it?
Yes, sir.
Let's do it quickly. Then after we'll finish.
So is my screen visible?
Yeah, it is. Okay, so you tried the first one.
Yes, sir.
Okay. The operations are done correctly.
So at last I have not multiplied by 3.
Yeah, that's fine. Okay, your answer also looks correct. Okay, thank you, Bhavdeep, for sharing your screen and share your solution with us. So rest of the examples which are there in that practice session, please try to do it. And today I'll share the PPT of system of linear equation with all of you, because this was the last topic for system of linear equation. After this, we'll start vector space and topics related to vector space. And then after your unit 1 is over. And so after this, we are going to start vector space. Let's stop the recording here.
Hello, sir.
Yes, Bhavdeep.